Germs, such as the virus that causes COVID-19, spread from people and surfaces whenever we touch our eyes, noses, and mouths. We prepare food or eat food prepared with unwashed hands. We touch something, like a countertop or door handle that could be infected. We cough or sneeze into our hands or blow our nose before touching other objects and people. Before we discuss the how-tos of hand hygiene, let's go over all of the wins. By the way, these tips won't just help prevent COVID-19, but they will also help keep away other infections that could make you susceptible to a more severe illness. So, when should you wash your hands? Before touching your eyes, mouth, and nose. Before, during, and after food preparation. Before eating. Before and after caring for someone at home who is ill. Before and after treating a cut or wound. Before and after wearing gloves required for your workspace or laboratory. After you have been out in public and touched things that other people could have infected, such as ATM screens or gas station door handles. After you remove your face coverings and gloves. Using the bathroom. After changing diapers or cleaning up a child or an adult who has just used the toilet. After blowing your nose, coughing, or sneezing. After touching an animal, animal feed, or animal waste. After handling pet food, pet treats, and their bowls. After touching garbage and trash cans. While washing your hands is a simple and effective way to combat infections such as COVID-19, many people don't spend enough time doing it to be successful. First, wet your hands under clean, running water. Why? It means that the water you're using isn't contaminated. By the way, the temperature of the water is not important. Soap up your palms. Washing with soap is better than water alone. We also notice that people wash their hands longer and more vigorously with soap than without it. Antibacterial soaps are no more effective than regular soaps, unless you are an employee in a healthcare facility like the McLeod-Tyler Wellness Center. Next, scrub your nails, lather your palms, and wash the backs of your hands. All that rubbing releases dirt, grime, and germs from your skin. Pay particular attention to cleaning under your nails. That area is a hideout for germs. Make sure that you spend enough time cleaning your hands. Just remember 20-20-20. 20 seconds to wash, 20 seconds to rinse, and 20 seconds to dry. When it comes to finishing the process, rinse your hands under clean running water and dry them with an air dryer or a clean towel. No, we don't know which method of hand drying is best. And yes, wet hands can transmit or pick up germs. So please, choose one sanitary method and dry those hands. These days, we all know that one person who bathes in hand sanitizer like it were going out of style. We should rely on hand sanitizer only when we can't wash our hands properly. For instance, when the water is stagnant or soap isn't available. Hand sanitizers may reduce but not get rid of all germs, or pesticides and chemicals for that matter, nor do they provide effective germ prevention on dirty hands. So, how do we use hand sanitizer effectively? First, select a hand sanitizer that is 60 to 95% alcohol. Because of this, keep it away from small children and do not store more than 10 gallons in any one space at a time. It's a fire hazard. Second, follow the instructions on the package so you know exactly how much to apply to your palms. Third, run your fingernails in your palms and then rub your palms together until all the sanitizer has evaporated or been absorbed completely. Sanitizing properly can not only protect you from infection, but it can also help you from wasting your sanitizer. While gloves may be appropriate for a night at the opera, they are not mandatory at the university, unless your job or laboratory requires them. Gloves provide a false sense of security, while hand washing and using hand sanitizer are far more effective at keeping COVID-19 at bay. By the way, if you must wear gloves outside your laboratory or workspace, Please wash your hands and then put on a new pair of gloves when you leave and when you return. In our first module, we mentioned how the virus that causes COVID-19 spreads most often by droplets when people cough, sneeze, talk, and even sing. The virus cannot enter your body through your skin, but you can touch a surface and bring those germs to your face where they could infect you. For this reason, it is important that we all do our parts to keep our spaces clean and disinfected. We want you to be aware of the choices that the William and Mary community makes daily to be healthy together. So we will discuss a variety of spaces, even some that you will never occupy, clean, or sanitize. Please note that some university spaces, such as the Sodexo Kitchens or the B. McLeod Recreation Center, have industry-specific or OSHA-regulated guidelines that we cannot cover in this module. Your supervisor will let you know about those trainings. From a public health standpoint, cleaning and sanitizing are two different actions. Cleaning requires the use of soap and water to remove dirt and germs, while sanitizing uses specific chemicals with specific directions to destroy specific germs. This all means that a surface could seem dirty yet be sanitized. Likewise, something could appear clean yet be germ-filled. At least once daily, and much more than that, depending on how frequently these are touched by other people, we need to clean and sanitize the following surfaces: classroom desks and chairs, countertops, dining hall tables and chairs, doorknobs and handles, handrails, light switches, push buttons on vending machines and elevators, shared computer keyboards and mice, shared desktops, shared remote controls, shared telephones, stair rails. Though we have listed them above, computer keyboards remain a nuisance to clean. If there are shared keyboards in your spaces, they should be accompanied by signs that discuss the hand washing tips from before. Silicone keyboard covers are also far easier to clean and sanitize than the keyboards themselves. At William and Mary, all of our laboratory spaces, whether for research, teaching, or both, are unique in form and function, and their operation is at the sole discretion of a principal investigator or professor. Though many of these safety practices apply to employees, advanced students may face them as well. These would include arranging shift work, continuing telework when possible, establishing a set flow of travel in and among laboratories and buildings to reduce contact with others, keeping self-assessment records for both general health and fitness to work, limiting occupancy according to the lab square footage and ventilation equipment, setting guidelines for physical distancing when more than one person is in that space, upholding laboratory cleaning and disinfecting protocols. When in doubt, please direct your questions to the professor or principal investigator in charge of that lab. Thinking of the high costs of sanitary wipes on the internet, we sometimes will see an over-reliance on costly disinfectants, when little or perhaps even none would be adequate. For surfaces and objects that are not high risk or high touch, for example, the top of a bookcase, the floor under your desk, or that original 1978 copy of the Star Wars Holiday Special, regular disinfecting is not required. Likewise, carpets and drapes clean up nicely with soap and water, or perhaps with a detergent made specifically for that purpose.